Hello everyone, and welcome to our Let's Play of Horse Lawyer.
Listening.
Yes, the
I think
continuous...
we've said that every time.
We've probably said that I blame these guys. Look at these badass guards. I wish I would have had a gavel on my butt.
Really?
No.
That'd be weird. Imagine if you walked around town, so you just have a gavel on your butt.
Yeah,
Not sure why he does.
I'm not sure either, considering he seems to be a guard, not like a judge or something.
Maybe he's a god during day, but during night he is the judge of justice.
Maybe if you mess with them, maybe if you like try to sneak into the courtroom, he just like pulls a gavel out of that shirt he's wearing and like smacks you with it. And it's like, no one is entering the courtroom today. I don't know. This is my opinion of it. I'm probably wrong. 11:04, May 14th, courtroom lobby number 4.
Ooh, that was really hard to hear. You were at the crime scene, Sonny.
I think you were Sunny.
Sorry I didn't tell you, ladies. I don't know what to say. I don't know why I got like a sexy voice, but okay.
Well, you could start by explaining why you're waiting at the crime scene. I just realized I totally dropped my female voice.
Oh, voice is overrated. I won't say.
What is with you people and not talking today? That's a bit...
Hey, while you're on the topic, you really went at Shuffers. Do you actually think she did this?
Exie, that was all an act. We didn't have a good suspect, so we needed to stall for time.
Really? No, I think she is a criminal.
She's certainly guilty of something.
She's guilty of being a whore bag.
Yeah, this is whore bag!
She drive her a fucking Nazi. This is always the same when you talk to Nazis. Like, you just say, like, hey, how was your day? The sun was great!
That'd be pretty terrible. I just imagine walking up to Nazi and being like, hey, how was the movie? Hey, it was great! Hey, it was a great movie.
It is a great movie, yeah. But all those contradictions were solved by her being at the crime scene.
That whole argument hinged on one fact. The blinds are closed up until the crime. Isn't it possible that she subconsciously made that up too? Isn't it possible that she's an insane whore?
Wait, she made up what? That the blinds were closed? What are we arguing?
I don't know what we're arguing.
Why are we not just like she's possibly a criminal?
I don't know why. I don't know why. Like Phoenix Wright isn't this like derpy. He'd be right on like he'd be like, I don't want to believe it, but there's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean you don't have a magic element thingy that tells you that you're not guilty.
Yeah.
So that argument was just some elaborate lie.
Don't word it that way. We're going to tell them eventually. We're just stalling for time right now.
Wait, what are we lying about?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, she makes it sound like we're just... But it's not like, well, it's not like,
It's not like in 21 Store.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to reference. Where Phoenix Wright had to throw someone under the bus even though he didn't want to. Because he's like, I know they didn't do it. Like... I very specifically know they didn't do it, but I can't have Rainbow Dash, I can't have this judge go for it.
Yeah. So this is kind of like the same idea, only that I don't give a fuck about Shuffle and I don't like her and she seems evil.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's not like she's the main character, like, and she hasn't really showed that she's a very good pony.
I guess that's alright. Still, this always seems kinda cold.
Oh, stop imagining things, Exie. I will dick slap you.
You guys have a weird family relationship.
Indeed. Ladies, the trial is about to resume. Ladies, jeez, somebody's sexist.
Faye, you are all woman.
You are all woman. Well, what about these guys?
They're not gonna join the trial.
Oh. That's a shame. They look rad. I want to join the trial and have, like, both of them standing beside me. I don't know what... Huh?
Get a room.
That's not really what I was implying. I was sort of just implying that it looked badass. It looked like it was gonna, like, take over the courtroom.
Must I take over his queerness?
Yes. Very well. Time to figure out what exactly Rarity saw.
Don't insult her.
Don't insult her, according to the burial die.
You will die.
11/19.
I'm not gonna insult Rarity.
May 14th. Courtroom number 4. I think we're gonna have to in this game.
I refuse to.
Okay, I'll do it for you. Court is back in session for the trial of Sunny Skies and Rainy Melody. Now, when we adjourned, we had brought up the possibility that Mrs. Shuffle was at the crime scene. I don't remember what my judge sounded like, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't it.
The prosecution wishes to dismiss this claim. There's a simple explanation to her contradictions. She's a whore. If we consider the possibility that the blinds weren't always closed...
He saw through everything I said. That's like, okay, our thing was kind of an, like, you know, it's a possibility, but, like, it's one of those things where it's like, you could kind of argue that they were all closed, but how often do you think they go around opening and closing their blinds?
But then, I don't get... What are we arguing? That they were never closed? That they were closed, opened, and then closed again?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to argue, is that the blinds were open at the time, then somebody closed them, and then they were opened again.
And the other woman just didn't notice it.
Yeah, and the other woman apparently didn't fucking notice it.
Okay. Well, that plan worked well.
Shut up, Exy.
Aww.
But we don't have any proof either way. We can't assume Mrs. Shuffle's innocence of guilt. Okay. Of guilt. We can't assume Mrs. Shuffle's innocence of guilt.
Technically that works too.
Yeah.
But we don't need to worry about that. We have another witness that can bring the truth to light. The one and only Queen. The prosecution calls Rarity is a great one to the stand.
Jeez. Why don't you get a room with Rarity?
I would not imply such lowly acts with the high Rarity. Witness your name and occupation.
Hello, lovelies. I'm Rarity, owner of the Carousel Boutique. Prosecutor, what is she doing here? God damn it, Rarity. Already being a whore.
I could ask you the same thing, lady.
You're standing in my spot, sir.
Okay, please move out of my way, sir. Is there going to be a problem, ladies? Oh yeah, this lady's fat butt janked my prom dress and turned it... Oh wait, no wait, that's actually what he's saying. Turned it into a fabric statues. What is going on?
Apparently Rarity stole her prom dress and changed it into fabric
swatches.
Okay.
And I did not approve very much.
Oh, hush. That dress didn't match you at all. You should be thanking me. Well, admittedly...
Are you saying that you did steal the fucking dress?
She's admitting that she stole a dress. Rarity, you're not making yourself look very good in court. See, it's really hard to not insult Rarity.
Sure, this is all a great misunderstanding. Our great Rarity was trying to do a favor.
And I only did that because you paid me for a 100-bit dress with 100 IOUs.
What is an IOU?
An IOU is just what it sounds like. It's literally...
IOU.
Yeah, it's literally basically a piece of paper saying I owe you, you know, this much money. So it took her 100 bits, you just gave her 100 IOU pieces.
Well, you gotta give her credit for at least giving you something.
Yeah, that's some effort. 100 IOUs.
But I paid for it, didn't I? Shouldn't it be all you cared about? I assume she... Objection! Ladies, Let's calm down. There's no reason to fight here. You guys can fight in my bed.
Oh, shut up, Hades.
Oh,
you have AIDS. He probably does.
They can still fight in his bed.
Uh.
And yelling will only wrinkle your smooth skin, madam. Your silky smooth skin.
Jeez. Hades, you're a fucking creeper.
He probably does have AIDS.
Yeah. Continue. We don't have time to sit around, Rarity. Your testimony.
She did say continue, my good woman.
Yeah, I know.
Continue. Shut the fuck up and speak. Yeah.
What? Very well. Well, very well. About what I saw at Eventide's house, you mean? What? Why else do you think you were called in?
Yes, please, your testimony.
Dun dun dun. Eventide's house. I worked for Eventide. He had some image problems with that figure. I have no idea why. Well, I was working with him in his gym, but I left for a little while so I could read my magazines.
You can't do that now.
I know, that's what I was thinking. It's like, that's already suspicious.
What kind of magazines are you reading,
woman?
I know. God damn it, now she's got Kevin.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. She was probably reading Play Pony. Well, I heard the gym door and went into the kitchen to check in on what was going on, and Sunny was washing blood off her hooves. It looks like... Huh?
She really washed blood off her hooves for, like, everyone saw that.
Yeah. Apparently so. She was washing blood off of her hooves. If that's true, there isn't very much room for doubt in my mind about the defendant's guilt.
Really? Jack, come on, bitch. As hard as it is to admit, Sunny was seen in such circumstances. Not only that, but the autopsy states that her footprints were found on the body. Yes, the defendant was washing the victim's blood off her hooves. Do you have anything to say for your clients?
Before I begin, I need to ask if Eventide was poisoned. How could Sunny get his blood on herself? Ha! See, Dolly's already making a good argument.
Maybe she played on his intestines. I don't know.
Maybe she poisoned him and then shanked him a couple of times just to make sure the poison worked, even though there were no stab wounds.
Maybe she stitched him up. The victims coughed up some blood before death, and a hoof-shaped smear was present at the pool. Come on.
This is not looking good at all, is it? Okay, Dolly, you need to keep a cool head right now. There must be a good reason for this. Boom! Hold it! Could you go into more detail about his image problems? He seems absolutely convinced that he's in horrible shape. I've tried to tell him otherwise. Well, he doesn't want to listen. Such a shame.
He's kind of dead.
Yeah, he is kind of dead.
That was just good wording for talking about a dead guy.
Yeah, I know. It's such a shame that this dead guy won't listen to me about my advice. This is, And were your visits helping him with these image problems at all? Unfortunately not. In fact, it seemed more like he was regressing. It was simply tragic. But this is all off topic anyway. Hold it! You left him alone for a while? Why? Well, he didn't much like it when someone was in the room with him while he worked out. Okay. He asked me to leave, so I complied. After that, I left for the sitting room.
He killed himself.
Indeed. Hold it! You left because you heard the door closing? That's it? Eventide was very strict about his regiment. He would never leave the gym in the middle of a training. So naturally, I was quite confused to hear him leaving the gym. But when I got there... Hold it! I always want to do that one again. For some reason, that hold it, like, it probably made the same sound as always, but I swear there was, like, an extra crash sound at the end. It was like, what happened?
Maybe she hit off.
Maybe so. Maybe I need to start slamming my hands down again. Rarity, this is important. We need you to go into detail on what you saw exactly.
She doesn't need to go into any details. I wish to present you the photograph to the court. Luminous tests were done in the victim's kitchen. The thing tested positive for traces of blood.
Oh my god, I remember Luminol in the last case of the Phoenix Wright.
Yep.
I see. This is quite incriminating. Now court accepts this into evidence. I wonder if I could get the court to accept a dildo into evidence.
If the data was a murder weapon.
Indeed. Kitchen.
Did we have this already?
The photograph? No, we
like
didn't
the argument of if you can use the data for a murder weapon.
Yeah, I think we did bring it up, though I don't remember when. But yes, yeah, I'm sure you're like that'd be like if it was used in murder weapon, they'd have to use it in court, obviously. Yeah. This photograph could be important. I should probably give it a good look over. But someone should make that game. That Phoenix Wright trial. But as incriminating as this may seem, I still need you to go into detail about what exactly you saw. Well, I walked into the kitchen and saw her washing the hooves.
The hooves of her blood.
Yes. Indeed. Well, perhaps I shouldn't say it was blood. Looked rather thin to be blood. So you're already saying I probably wasn't blood. Also, what do you mean it looked rather thin to be blood? It's an interesting statement.
Maybe she means liquidy?
Maybe so. Could you add this to your testimony? As in, it should have been the first thing you said, you bitch.
To be honest, if they have hoofs and they have fur on their hoofs, pushing blood out of that must be difficult.
Yeah, that's...
Just washing blood off your hand is kind of difficult.
Yeah, like if it's,
If it's a lot of blood.
Yeah, if it's a lot of blood, or if it's already dried, it is kind of hard to wash off. Certainly, darling. Hold it! Exactly how do you mean it was too thin? Well, I only saw her when she was washing her hooves, but it looked like it came off too easily. Like you said, yeah. It also might have been a bit off color, but I can't tell. The memory isn't that clear, so... Yeah, still, this is just... interesting. Should I try to Yes, obviously. This is like... Oh, this almost bothers me, because it's just too easy.
But that's what the other games, that's even Phoenix Wright does that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So let's review this. You saw a woman washing blood off her hooves. But the blood you saw was a different color and consistency. Are you getting at something? Yes, we are. It sounds to me like you saw her washing something completely different off her hooves. That's right! The blood your key witness saw wasn't blood at all!
Miss Incapex. You can't be this daft. Don't you remember the photo of the kitchen?
Well, you're certainly no daft punk, but whatever. I could say the same thing about you, Hades. Don't you remember the photo of the kitchen? Specifically, don't you remember this bit? What are we? like, the only thing I don't like about this is that the picture's, like, red, so, like, it's kind of hard to tell what everything is. Let's see. I want to say the blood, but let's see.
Poke the blood.
Huh?
Poke the blood.
Okay. Take a look at this area of the photo.
This isn't the time for jokes.
Agreed. You should think through your next argument, Miss Incapex. God, that's not what I meant to point at. But anyways, don't you remember your own photo, Mr. Corpus? It's like, don't you remember this little bit? I think that glitched out. She's just like over the photo.
She is the killer.
Don't you remember this little bit where I teleported into your photo? Okay, jeez, yeah. I really don't. I really hate this photo.
Maybe you should have looked at the photo beforehand.
Maybe so, but it still would have been red.
True.
Which I still claim. Also, sorry you guys can't see us pointing at objects. So it's literally the same photo she's standing over.
What is to the thing is it's a bit more difficult on my side, I think, to see, but yeah.
Yeah, it's even more difficult. What's to the left?
Left of the sink. Because the sink is like two sides.
Yeah, there's two sides to the sink. Let's see.
If you argue the fact that actually point at the thing where you move up and down, that thing, yeah, point at that.
Take a look at this area of the photo.
This isn't a time for bitch, you bitch.
That's not what I meant to point at.
The floor.
Oh, you're right. You're right, because they're hooves. This is something I wouldn't think about with people, but yeah. God damn it.
But I'm sure it's a floor in some way or form.
Yeah, it probably is. I just don't know where to point at the floor. Oops. Y'all didn't see that. I clicked this. Yeah, I did. What's this thing? Okay. I guess it was some random crap. Let's see what it goes with. This is a kitchen, remember? Not only that, but there's a large array of food next to the sink. The defense proposes that the blood was nothing more than a kind of foodstuff.
But why doesn't the floor argument work? Actually, I'm wondering that in general now. Like,
what?
How did the fucking woman get the hoofs over there without getting blood on the floor?
Right, exactly. That's
like, the whole case falls apart now.
Yeah, this really does. Like, that should have worked as an argument. And also, like, I don't know how the spray works, but I think that argument works a lot better than this one, because I don't think there's a food that would, like, it's not supposed to show up with just some random food.
Objection. The only thing by the sink were the containers of protein powder and some food. No wet fluids. And how, per se, do you explain the bloodstains that were found in the sink?
Cooking accidents happen, Hades. Someone could easily cut themselves while preparing food. And we all know that blood was in the sink at some point. Could have been there months ago.
I was actually gonna find that out, but I don't think that would work. I don't think that the stain would stay like if it was one area and then you just wipe it away, but I'm pretty sure if you had like water go over it again and again and again and again, it wouldn't stay.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I'm sure that would stay there over time.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's very clever, but this isn't going to work.
That sounds familiar.
Verity, can you give us your testimony again, please?
You haven't even Have even more up your sleeve?
I have no sleeves. My God.
My testimony again, of course.
Why are you so nice? No mind, I didn't ask any.
When I walked into the kitchen, she actually wasn't at the sink. She was actually walking to the sink from the crime scene. I heard her closing the gym door.
Let me guess now they're gonna bring up the fact that there was no blood on the floor.
Yeah, probably so. Well, the blood on her hooves right then, there's no way it was just a kind of food. And besides, there wasn't any other red liquids at the crime scene. The blood was already on her hooves? I wish it weren't true, but it is Sunny who was leaving the gym with blood on her hooves.
Blood of a different consistency and color?
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware I was addressing the peanut gallery. I'll fucking shank you.
I'm gonna fucking gas your face.
You better watch where you sleep tonight. I know where you live.
Wait, she works with the police, I guess she does.
Yeah.
No, we don't have time for this right now. Because examination, Miss Incapex.
I'm
gonna be bothered about the floor thing for the rest of the fucking game now.
Yeah, I imagine so, but we've definitely done that before. In Phoenix Wright too.
Yeah.
Hold it! Why didn't you tell us this earlier? I didn't think to tell you. It didn't seem all that okay,
What?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Fair enough. Please continue.
Fair enough. Fuck you.
Yeah, I know. Like,
she's gonna kill me. She's at least gonna kill me when I've said my voice.
Yeah, it sounds legit. Actually, I was thinking, how about, I know we're kind of in the middle of cross-examination, but how about we end the part here, and, finish cross-examining her next time.
Sure.
Okay, thank you all for watching, and see you all next time.
Thank you.